to the section where the smoke rise slow. Truth get lit, let the realness flow. Ash on the mic, burn the pretense down. We sip and spit jewels, let the wisdom drown. Cups clink, thoughts sink, minds unwind. In this haze you'll find the unfiltered kind. The smoking section where the real gets spoken. Flames stay lit and the vibes stay potent. Pull up a chair, let your mind unfold in this smoky air.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of the smoking section. Today, we're going to be talking about our top 5 superheroes of all time. And I'm Jamar, the host of the thing, joined by the proprietor, John. And we got the hater up there. We got Wes up there.
What's going on?
Before we dive into our episode of our top 5 heroes, let's talk a little bit about what heroes in comics or movies or whatever you guys into, what does it mean to you?
Well, heroes, comics, movies, TV, just like you said, it's funny because it's a big reason why I'm such a huge fan of wrestling, professional wrestling. I enjoy the eternal struggle between good and evil, that little gray in between. You feel me? Like I like the little, it may sound corny or whatever, but I like the little lessons that you can get out of it. You know how you have Captain America's integrity, right? You have Superman's hope. You have Batman's will. You get what I'm saying? You have Wolverine's, how his past shaped him. You get what I'm saying? And the struggles and the stuff that he went through. It's so much stuff with so many of these heroes, you know. That's pretty much why I'm like really into heroes and superheroes and stuff and what that stuff mean to me, you know.
Oh wow. My 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 fanboy of superheroes is just a little bit similar, but it's like, man, it's like I love watching the superhero go through the trials and tribulations first, and then in the end, okay, yeah,
The hero's journey.
yeah, the hero story. Thank you, the hero story. That's why I fell in love with it.
Same here for me. You know, my superhero started as a young youth, as far as I can remember, 3, 4, 5 years old. You know, being around the video games, TV shows, the comic books, and it was the Spider-Man, X-Men, and Avengers and stuff like that. I'm just like, yo, I want to be that one day.
Yeah.
You know, as I got a little older, you know, elementary school, middle school, started collecting comics, and I had thousands of them, as you guys know. And as I read them, it makes me feel like I'm in the reality with them. Like it takes me to a different place. I could be in a bad mood, sad mood. You know, back in the day, I just read a comic book. You know, just now I can put my phone out, but you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
To add on to what you were saying, what I also like really love about it is how X-Men is an allegory for the civil rights movement, right? And now in this day and age, it's an allegory for a lot more stuff now. You feel me? I would women's rights, I guess, LGBT stuff like that. You know, just things like that. But it started out as an allegory.
Excuse me. Thank you.
I thought that was cool. You know, like got these people that's only hated because they different. And here's the crazy thing about it: X-Men is in the Marvel universe, and heroes like Captain America, the Avengers, you feel me? Save for Hulk, maybe. You feel me? Like they're welcome. The Fantastic Four, they're welcome. But the X-Men are hated. Like I just like
Yeah,
allegory stuff like that. You have the Magneto, Professor X, that what's his name? That clash of ideologies. And then
right.
you have the Superman versus Lex Luthor, where Lex simply hates Superman because he's perceived as a god. Feel me? And Lex, there's so many different versions of Lex, but the one that I always felt was like probably like truer than any other. His motive for hating Superman was simply because he felt that he was in the movie. Like God can't
Yeah,
be all powerful. He can't be all good if he's all powerful. He can't be all powerful if he's all good. And like hate Superman for what he is and how people flock to him and stuff like that. And Lex is more of the we shouldn't rely on these people. We should rely on our own intelligence, our own strength, and stuff like that. So that's another thing I like about
yeah,
these heroes. You feel me? Their why, their reason.
Yeah,
I think it's cool.
yeah. I could dig that, man. We all in agreement right there. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
definitely with yeah,
As far as the scale, it's like, you got wrestling, you got heroes. It's kind of,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
kind of mix
yeah,
sometimes.
And they
Yeah,
really
for me personally, I got football and music in there too. But
definitely.
you know what I'm saying. But yeah, let's get down to the nitty gritty, boys. We're gonna do our top five, and again, I'm gonna do mine in order from 5 to 1. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start off with Al Simmons, and many people
Oh,
might know him as Spawn
yeah.
from
ooh,
Image Comics. His first appearance was Spawn #1, May of 1990. He was invented by Todd McFarlane. A lot of people might know Todd McFarlane did those comic book,
Yeah.
Spider-Man comic books back in the late '80s, early '90s. He's the one that really took off on the different design of Spider-Man. So Todd McFarlane, the GOAT. The first issue was Spawn. You probably can get it for like $600. It's probably not too much. But the reason why I fuck with Spawn is because like you ever been betrayed and came back harder. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's Spawn to me. You ever been loyal to the wrong people? Have you paid the price for somebody else's mistakes before?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Yep.
That's
Yep.
why I fuck with Spawn. Yeah, he don't answer to nobody. He do his own thing. He do it his own way. I mean, his story is tragic too, but he also try to protect the weak, and I fuck with that. And that's something that I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We all done things we're not proud of, but we still want to do right by others. That's
Exactly.
Spawn to me. You know what I'm saying? He fight with his demons every day. That's me too. It's
Yep.
another reason why I fuck with Spawn. That's why I can relate to him. You know what I'm saying? And
Respect,
we
yo.
all we all know his origin story. For the people in the comments that don't know, I ain't gonna go too long. He
Mm.
was a black ops soldier. Um, he was sent to hell. He made a deal, sold his soul. He was in hell for 5 years. So he came back to Earth. His best friend married his wife. Blah blah blah. You know, and he powerful. He got energy. He got an energy reservoir, so he is limited in a way. But
Mm-hmm.
he got superhuman speed, superhuman strength. He can heal. He can teleport. He can shapeshift. He got those chains in that cape that can do anything as a command, like the symbiote
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Venom. And he also got the Hellfire. You know, you know. some of my favorite Spawn arcs is the first 15 issues when he was fighting Violator. You know, they him and Violator fought plenty of times. There was one time Spawn had ripped his heart out. That was my first time seeing something like that. Marvel and DC didn't do that. You
Yeah,
had nobody ripping somebody's heart out. That was my
yeah,
first time seeing it. That was in Spawn number 15. And I like the Spawn and Batman crossover. It was written by Frank Miller and Todd McFarlane. I like the Spawn and Wildcats crossover, Savage Dragon, Darkness, Witchblade. Yeah, it's my guy, man.
Spawn, man. Spawn was always a G. I knew about Spawn as a kid as well. I really did. Spawn was that dude. My oldest brother had a few Spawn comics. But I really was like into the Spawn movie with Michael J. White. That was when I like kind of like really was like, you feel me? For me, that was kind of I was like, oh, yo, Spawn is that dude. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yep, yep. Respect to
That's
Spawn.
when I got introduced into him. That's how I got introduced to him. I'll say from the movies. I ain't know nothing about them in the comics or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously, like you said, man. When I saw Spawn, I'm like, oh
Yeah.
yeah. I like him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um, respect to Spawn. You already know Al Simmons, the redemption, the man that's on redemption, you know, no matter how long it takes, no matter what he got to do. You feel me? Like you said, making up for a lot. Just like you said, as we all are. I know I am. Right.
Facts.
I will go with my will have to be the King of Wakanda, the Panther King, the chosen of Bast, and sometimes looked at as the most dangerous and powerful man on earth, depending on who you're talking to. I gotta go with King T'Challa, man, the Black Panther. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
Black Panther has always been that dude, and I'm talking like before the MCU movies. Black Panther was just that dude to me, for real. He first appeared Fantastic Four issue 52. He was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. There's a belief. I'm not sure if Stan Lee ever confirmed it, but there's a belief that Black Panther was inspired by the Black Panthers. I'm not sure about that, but I do know that Stan Lee has gone on record saying that he intentionally made Black Panther a king and one of the most smartest men in the Marvel Comics universe and one of the best hand-to-hand combat artists and one of the most richest. He did that on purpose. He's going on record saying just to a little bit of pride, fight a little bit of the stereotype and stuff that was going on in that time, between civil rights and everything. But T'Challa is, for those who don't know, y'all probably know now with the movie MCU and everything like that, but T'Challa is of royal heritage. He was born a prince of Wakanda. His father, King T'Chaka, you know. They get their powers from the heart shaped herb, um, blessed by the Panther God and stuff like that in the comics. In the MCU movie, it's like a meteor that hit the earth and stuff like that. But anyway, that's where they get their powers from. And not anybody can just take the heart shaped herb. Not anybody can just be the Black Panther. There's
Yeah.
the Wakanda, and then there's the Black Panther mantle. But usually, the King of Wakanda is the Black Panther. But they are two separate things, actually, for real. But usually, the King of Wakanda is the Black Panther. Um, Probably one of the most best hand-to-hand combat martial artists in the Marvel universe. He is a master of all self-defense, hand-to-hand combat, weaponry, battle, strategic, all of that stuff. Like, dude is he's just that dude. Like, for real. T'Challa is one of the smartest people in the Marvel universe as well, rivaled only by Reed Richards, Tony Stark and his sister Shuri.
Yeah. So
Um,
he is a good scientist too.
yeah, he is. He really is. Superhuman strength, superhuman reflexes, superhuman speed, enhanced senses. His suit is full vibranium. Vibranium is a metal that absorbs energy. So pretty much everything you throw in that Black Panther, he eating that, and he will later on use it to take you down. Like real talk. He's an
Yeah.
expert in physics, engineering, politics, strategy, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But why I really rock with Black Panther is because, let's be honest, I'm black. You feel me? And to see a country that's in Africa that didn't have to put up with the rest of the bullshit that was going on in the world, it's kind of cool. It kind of made me think as a kid, like, yo, it probably is Wakanda out there somewhere. You feel me? Like as a kid, I was really kind of like, yo, I bet you it's probably a Wakanda out there somewhere. Especially when, I used to see Black Panther shit with Huey P. Newton and stuff like that. So I liken that with superhero Black Panther. Like real talk. You feel me? So it was kind of
Yeah.
cool. Like I used to, no lie, I used to imagine like Malcolm X having the Black Panther mantle. I used to imagine Tupac having the Black Panther mantle. Like real talk. Nelson
Yeah.
Mandela, stuff like that. I used to, man, that'd be cool if like they was giving the Black Panther suit and they started to ride for us and stuff like that. For real, when I was a kid, Black Panther was that dude, man. Um, a lot of his one of his arcs that I really, really like was when he was beefing with Namor.
Yeah.
Um, that was a Nation Under Our Feet. When he joined the Avengers. He joined the Avengers for a while. He also helped start the Illuminati with Reed Richards, Doctor Strange, Professor X, and Namor. What else we got? We got the Doom War,
Right.
2010. Doctor Doom pulled up in Wakanda and shit like that. You feel me? We got Panther's Rage. That's when he was beefing with what's his name? Killmonger. Killmonger
Yeah.
is like probably one of his top villains outside of Ulysses Claw. Like Killmonger is the dude that pretty much the same as in the movie. Actually, he wanted to overthrow Wakanda and he wanted to do stuff his way. That
Yeah.
issue, I would believe, is yeah, Panther's Rage. For those who don't know, he has been in a relationship and married to Storm of the X-Men. She has been the queen of Wakanda at a point in time. His sister's little sister is Shuri. Like I said, his longtime rival, arch nemesis, is Killmonger. He has a strong connection, like all the Panthers do, with the goddess Bath, the Panther goddess Bath. He is the first black superhero in like mainstream comics. He's not like the first black superhero, but I do believe he's the first one to gain mainstream popularity.
Yeah.
He has led the Avengers, he has led the Ultimates, and he has led the Illuminati. He has beaten Captain America in hand-to-hand combat. He has beaten Iron Man in hand-to-hand combat. He has beaten the Fantastic Four in hand-to-hand combat. He has beaten Namor in hand-to-hand combat. Like, dude is a legit beast for real. Like, he even banged
Yeah.
with Doom. Like, real talk. He has a plan to defeat almost every hero in the Marvel universe. He literally has a contingency plans like Batman does. He's pretty like for real, like dude just like go hard, like real talk. And I rock with the Black Panther because he's a king and every decision that he makes is for his people. It's never for him. Every decision that he makes is literally for his country, and he don't back
Yeah.
down for nobody. It's been plenty of times where Captain America probably try to tell him something or Tony or somebody. You feel me? And he always reply with like with that I'm a king. Like you don't tell me anything. You feel me? Like you don't tell me anything. Like I'm a king. You don't order me, and I always respected that too. So yeah, that's my dude, man. Prince T'Challa, King T'Challa, Black Panther.
Yeah. Man,
Ooh, man.
that first appearance T'Challa in the Fantastic Four, that issue probably going for 180,000 on the high end, on the low
Mm,
end 15.
mm.
Anybody
Wow.
out there sitting on that issue, you can get between 1,500 and 180,000.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah.
What
What
you
you
got
got,
for?
Wes?
Well, man, I got the back behind that. Wow, all that just you just said. Well, my number five is is a member of the Avengers, a former member of the Avengers, Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk.
Yeah,
He's he ooh when I was a when I was a little kid, I used to love on a Saturday mornings or before going to school, waking up watching the Incredible Hulk on TV. I love Bruce Banner back in the day. Yeah, that was my man's right there.
See what I one of the things that I really enjoy about the Hulk, like what I really like about his character is that Bruce Banner is a man that constantly has to think for other people.
Yeah,
Y'all get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like and how many of us have to do that in our everyday life, right?
yeah,
We have to think for other people that don't see what could happen. You feel me? Or what will happen. And that is Bruce Banner. Like this dude literally will walk away from bullshit because he know this shit is not going to end well for you and it's not going to end well for me. You
right.
feel me?
Yeah,
So like, how official is that? Like, how stand up is that, yo? To like really have to
yeah.
accept,
He's standing.
you know? Like, I
He
always
put his
respect that about the Hulk.
he put his life on the line to save Rick Jones. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
yep, yep. And I mean, Hulk is strongest there ever.
yeah,
The dude is like the Hulk picked up Thor's hammer out of brute strength, yo. Who y'all know doing that?
not too many
Who
people.
y'all know picking up Mjolnir out of brute strength? Like fuck all of that worthy shit. You feel
Uh,
me? Like,
Yeah,
you know, um, World Breaker Hulk
yeah. That's one of my favorite arcs. If we do an arc episode,
of
I'm
that.
gonna definitely man.
And then I'm talking about I was just talking about Black Panther and the Illuminati. Like the Illuminati did Hulk dirty. You know, they did Hulk
Yeah,
dirty in that Planet Hulk arc, which went to the World Breaker. Hulk. So yeah, like Hulk is that dude, and he is probably one of the most popular Marvel
yeah,
superheroes of all time.
yeah,
You got your
most
Wolverine,
definitely.
you got your X-Men, you got your Spider-Man. Right now, you got guys like Iron Man and stuff like that, Captain America. But Hulk was always right there too. You know.
yeah,
Yeah. That Hulk first appearance was Incredible Hulk #1 in May of 1962. And if anybody in the comments got an issue with that, on the low end, you can get about 10,000. On the high end, you can get about 500,000.
Mm.
mm,
That Wolverine debuted and Hulk. He was sent to
Yeah, he
take out.
did.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, there's many collectors out there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, my number 4 pick, his name is Johnny Blaze. Some people might know him as Danny Ketchum because there's 2 versions of him. But a lot of
Um,
people might know him as Ghost Rider.
it's
Ooh.
The Spanish dude is something Reds, I believe.
Yeah, see, that's too far deep. I'm just doing, I'm doing 80s, 90s, and 2000s. I ain't doing, you know, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. But I fuck with Ghost Rider, both versions of him. Danny Ketchum was, is the one I read the most, but I fuck with Ghosty because it's like a battle between good and evil with him.
Yeah.
And similar to Spawn, he struggled with his own demons, and that's something I can relate to. And
Yep.
thing about Ghost Rider, he didn't ask for his powers.
He was tricked, wasn't
He,
he?
he took it and ran with it, and made the best of it. He didn't ask for that. I can respect that.
Yep.
He got regrets about his past mistakes. I do a lot as well. He a symbol of cleansing. At the same time, man, he's feared and respected.
Bro took down Galactus, man.
That's why I fuck with Ghost Rider. He made his first appearance. It was a Marvel series called Marvel Spotlight, but Ghost made his appearance in issue number 5 in 1972. And for some of the older fans out there, Marvel Spotlight was like a side quest series. That was like a side series Marvel put out to introduce new characters to see how they do. So some notable characters that debuted in Marvel Spotlight was Moon Knight, the original Spider Woman, to name a couple.
Jessica Drake.
Uh,
Jessica Drake, Spider Woman.
no, the original one.
What's the original? What's the name of the original one? I always thought Jessica Drake was.
Damn.
I mean, that's irrelevant.
Yeah, we'll talk about it after the show, but
Yeah.
we know ghost stories. He was infatuated with the motorcycles and the Daredevil stunts and shit. And his idol Crash Simpson had cancer, so Johnny Blaze like I sell my soul to save my idol, but who he sold his soul to Mephisto. You know what I'm saying? And fuck around, Crash Simpson, his idol had died anyway. So the motherfucker sold his soul for no reason, and he's stuck with the Ghost Rider powers.
Yeah.
So Johnny Blaze got cursed with the Ghost Rider powers. You know what I mean? And his powers is deep. He got the hellfire. It can burn. It don't burn your flesh like the Human Torch. It burn your soul. That's what the hellfire is. You know what I'm saying? It can burn steel. It can burn metal. Of course, he got the penance there. He look at you in your eye and all the sins you committed your whole life. You see it, you feel it.
Feel the pain, everything that you caused. Yeah.
Imagine that. He got super strength. He don't got Hulk strength, but he's strong enough. He's durable. And he got that motorcycle. He got that motorcycle. That motorcycle, it can ride up walls.
Yeah.
It can ride across water.
It can ride by itself.
By itself. It can ride through different dimensions.
Yeah.
Travel through back, you know what I'm saying? And if you want to chop them up, he can regenerate. You know what I'm saying?
So got the chain.
Right.
Oh yeah, the chain.
Yep.
I'm saying he got next to Arsenal behind him. Y'all say he got next to Arsenal with him.
Yeah.
Member of the Midnight.
My favorite Ghost Rider arc is the Spirit of the Vengeance arc. The ones the movies was based out of. That came out in the 80s.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite arcs.
He was the member of the Midnight Suns, wasn't he?
Yeah. And he was a member of the Defenders, the original Defenders.
Yeah.
Not this Netflix version.
Come on, don't shit on the Netflix version. I like that.
A couple of my favorite Ghost Rider fights. Yeah, Wes, we talk about your boy Hawk, Ghost Rider versus Hawk. We talk about World Breaker Hawk. Those who read the series, well, Hawk had came back. He was destroying everybody one by one.
Mm-hmm.
Destroyed Black Man. He destroyed the Fantastic Four. Destroyed the X-Men. Mm-hmm. And he had a one-on-one with Ghost Rider. But he beat Ghost Rider as, it was kind of a stalemate. Ghost Rider held his own against World Breaker Hawk, just like the Sentry did. He used to try to do that penance there and slow the Hawk down, but Ghost Rider, he realized the reason why Hawk acting like this and doing this is because his wife was killed. So I'm gonna just leave instead of even fight. I won't. He was just trying to destroy everybody.
Yeah.
I thought he was trying to kill everybody, but he really got a reason to do what he do. So let me just leave. So World Breaker Hawk ain't even fuck with Ghost Rider. That show you how powerful Ghosty is on the low. I like when he fought Doctor Strange. Well, Doctor Strange, he was possessed by Dormammu and shit. They want the actual Doctor Strange. It was a good fight though. Came to a stalemate, and I like when he fought Thor too. Ghost Rider versus Thor.
Oh,
That was a good one. You know what I'm saying? Ghost Rider had the upper hand, came to a stalemate, but Ghost Rider did had the upper hand, and this was against Thor, bro.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, man, shouts out to Johnny Blaze, Danny Ketch, any collectors out there.
Man, shouts out to him.
Marvel Spotlight, issue number 5, first appearance of Ghost Rider. Anybody got that, Jack? On the low end, you can get about $450. On the high end, you can get about 3,000. Ain't too much, but it's something.
Shit, that ain't bad.
Hey, it's not bad at all. It's better. It's better than nothing.
Exactly. All right, moving forward, I am going to go with Scarlet Speedster, man. The Flash, Barry Allen to be exact. I like Wally West, but I kind of always been a Barry Allen kind of guy. I mean, Flash is pretty much self-explanatory, man. This man can move, react, think, everything. He does everything with the speed of light and sometimes more. Dude could time travel pretty much whenever he want. Dimensional travel, intangibility, like he can literally vibrate where he can go through solid, objects and stuff like that. He has the speed force. He can tap into the speed force anywhere. And it's kind of hard for me to explain the speed force, but it's like shared amongst speedsters throughout the DC universe. And Flash is one of the speedsters that can like really, 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 I guess I would say, if we put the Speed Force as the Force, like in Star Wars and shit like that, Flash is probably like as powerful as like Luke. You get what I'm saying? Like he's just a beast with it. Like for real, he do things with Speed Force that other speedsters cannot do, or took a long time to to learn how to do and stuff like that. Accelerated healing. If he focus enough, he can heal. Maybe not on a Wolverine, Sabretooth type level, but he can heal faster than regular humans. He is actually has a genius level intellect and criminology and forensics and stuff like that. Pretty much a detective for real. Like, you
Yeah.
know, that's his occupation. He's a forensic scientist. Um, the reason why I always kind of rock with Flash is because not only has Flash like always been there throughout my childhood, but my pops and my oldest brother, they had a bunch of Flash comics. And me and my brother Sean used to read like it was crazy Flash comics, Punisher comics,
Yeah.
and like X-Men and a lot of Superman too. But just reading all of those Flash comics, man, I remember it just seemed crazy to me. I'm reading the comic and it's like the fastest man alive versus the slowest man alive, and you had a dude named the Turtle and shit, right? And
Right.
dude
Yeah.
literally in like a boat, and Flash is running trying to catch him, but Flash's speed is propelling the boat. You feel me? I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know why that shit. That shit was cool to me though. You feel me? You fastest man alive trying to get the slowest man, and he just chilling on the boat. Like I thought that was cool. And another thing why I
Yeah.
like Flash is kind of the anchor of the Justice League. Everybody rock with Flash. You feel me? He's like their moral compass. And a lot
Yeah.
of and a lot of the comic arcs and a lot of the cartoons and stuff like that, he's either the little brother or he's the moral compass because Flash just want to save people, because he couldn't save his moms. He felt like he couldn't save his moms. Pops got, you feel me, framed for his mother's murder and stuff like that. It was crazy for him. But Flash is the kind of guy that his role gallery has a certain amount of respect for Flash. It's crazy. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
Flash's rogue gallery. I'm not sure if a lot of people don't know this, but the Flash's rogue gallery does not kill outside of Reverse Flash. But they don't kill. I ain't talking about these movies, Suicide Squad with the Boomerang, Captain Boomerang, and stuff like that. But nah, like in the comics and even some of the cartoons, they don't kill. They just trying to get a little bit of bread and stuff like that. Flash is known
Yeah.
throughout the whole neighborhood. He got a whole museum, like
Yeah.
literally a museum. Like everybody rock with Flash because he is a superhero, probably one of the most powerful. But he's like your everyday dude that's just happy to be able to do a little bit of good when he can.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Like, and I respect that because I like to think I'm that type of dude. I like to do a little bit of good if I can. I like to spread a little bit of positivity. You feel me? I don't look for, and sometimes that's
Right.
sometimes you got,
As a positive. As a
yeah.
positive. Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you got to take it on the chin. But I
Right.
don't
Yeah. Yeah.
look for the
Yeah.
bad in something. You
Right.
feel
Yeah.
me? Just like Flash don't with his rogue gallery. Like he's been able to talk a lot of them into turning himself in and stuff like that. Um, like I said, known for his moral compass and his compassion. His first appearance was in Showcase issue number 4, 1956.
Before. Yeah.
DC. Then it was a bunch of reboots and stuff like that. He came after Jay Garrick. Jay Garrick was the first Flash. Barry Allen came after Jay Garrick, and then I believe Wally West came after Barry Allen, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Um, he's a member of the Flash family. You got so many of them for real. But one of the longest running Flash arcs is the Trial of Flash, issue 323. That was ran between
Uh-huh.
1983 and 1985. Um, Barry had accidentally killed Reverse Flash, trying to protect his lady and all of that. And he was put on trial for murder. It ended with Barry retiring. For real. Then you have Crisis on Infinite Earths, 1985. As y'all know, if anything is going on with time travel or different dimensions and different universes, Flash is the center point because Flash is the guy that's probably activating all of that shit. Like real talk.
Yeah.
Crisis on Infinite Earths, 1985. You got the Return of Barry Allen, Flash Volume 2, issue number 74 through 79. That came out in 93. Um, Wally West, he was Kid Flash at the time, but he wasn't older. But Wally West kind of thought that Flash was back, only to find out that it was Eobard Thawne, Reverse Flash. This man is a generational hater. Like, I don't know. I know about the beef between Reverse Flash and Flash, Barry Allen Flash, but Reverse Flash he started out as a super fan of the Flash. He's from Eobard Thawne, Reverse Flash is from the future. So in the future, Flash is held as a hero all throughout history and stuff like that. So dude is like a super fan. He even tried to become the Flash. I forget what happened. He ended up becoming the Flash, but something happened. I'm sorry, I don't know at this right now in this moment. But he ended up hating Barry Allen. And when I say hate, folks, I mean hate type shit. Wes, you think you a hater? This man literally went back in time just to make Barry's life a living hell. Reverse Flash was the one who killed Barry's mother and framed his father for it. He went back in time and killed one of Flash's best friends when he was a kid, yo. He used to trip a little boy, Barry Allen, like 8 or 9 years old. He used to trip him for no reason, but he was so fast that Barry never knew what was going on. Made him break an arm and a leg. I'm telling y'all, Google it. This man was bugging, and Flash got to put up with this man's shit all the time. That's what you know. You feel me? You got Flash Rebirth. That was in 2009. That's when Barry returned. You feel me? Got his origin retcon and stuff like that. Final Crisis, 2008. That was the Crisis on Infinite Earth. Probably my favorite is the Flashpoint. That's where they introduced, Thomas Wayne as Batman and Martha Wayne was the Joker and stuff like that. You feel me? Like Flashpoint was official, man. If y'all don't know about Flashpoint down there in the comments and watching this, go and check out Flashpoint. And they actually have a pretty good DC animated Flashpoint movie that kind of introduced the new 52 as well. Then you got DC Rebirth, which they retconned again. You feel me? And did away with the new 52. His notable villains, like I said, Reverse Flash, Zoom, Captain Cold, Gorilla Grodd, which is probably one of my personal favorites. I like Gorilla Grodd. Mirror Master, Weather Wizard, Captain Boomerang, who a lot of y'all probably seen on the Suicide Squad movies. His affiliation, as we all know, Justice League, the Flash family, Wally West, Jay Garrick, Bart Allen, Central City Police Department because he's a forensic scientist. Flash is probably one of the most popular DC characters as well. Flash is not he's not up there with what's considered as the big three in DC, which is Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. But Flash is like right on. He's definitely top 5 in popularity.
Yeah.
When
Most definitely, yeah.
Real, like everybody know that lightning symbol. You feel me? You can spot it from anywhere, and everybody know what that symbol means. He ushered in the Silver Age of comics, one of the founding members of the Justice League. And he, like I stated before, he's like real focal point or very important to a lot of these retconned universes in the comics throughout the years and stuff. When they just want to scrap everything, you feel me, and start all over, they pretty much use the Flash. They just have him run real fast, because he's that powerful. He's faster than Superman on feet. You feel me? Like he's that dude, and it's gonna always be respect to Flash, man. For real, I feel like Flash is like one of the underrated superheroes in popularity, mainstream wise. You know, he got a lot of you feel me, but I just feel like he right up there with Batman and Superman. Yep.
Yeah, I like the Impulse comics. That's Barry's grandson, Bart
Came from Future
West. I like.
Island.
I did enjoy the Impulse comics. When it was Marvel versus DC, they put Flash against Quicksilver. I enjoyed that,
Come on,
and
man.
they was just moving around, punching each other. It was Flash started running circles around him. It just Quicksilver couldn't handle
Quicksilver got that speed force, man.
it.
For real.
Yeah.
What you got for us,
Let's
Wes?
say
Oh, I'm sorry.
Flash first appearance. If anybody in the comments got that, the low end is going for 10,000, the high end 250,000.
For real for Flashpoint?
Yeah.
I
No,
respect it.
Flash first appearance. Flash
Oh,
first appearance,
oh,
1956.
yep. What you got for us, Wes?
Well, my number four is kind of like a little wild card. I got for my people that know me and for people that don't know me, I got to throw a wild card in every blue moon, and this is my wild card right here. Beast from X-Men, better known as
Hank
Henry
McCoy. Henry
Henry
McCoy.
Henry McCoy. That's my from the X-Men. I would say he kind of something similar to me, just a little bit. I would say I kind of patted myself a little, just a tad bit behind him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I would say because I can't say I'm too savvy with the. I can't say I'm I'm intelligent with the computer. He's very intelligent with the computer.
Yeah.
I, um I'm I'm very help wise and opinionated with stuff a little bit. He also the same way too. He's excellent chemist. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Chemist. There you go.
Yeah.
Philosopher.
Yeah. I'm not too good with that. You know what I'm saying, Joe? Hey.
Beast would probably be.
He probably
Go ahead.
he probably a
Now
top
go
10,
ahead.
top 10. He probably one of the top 10 smartest people in Marvel though.
Yeah,
Top
yes,
Yeah.
10.
yes, 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 yes.
I was gonna say Beast is probably like I'm not sure the word, so I'm not even gonna use it right now. I'm not sure which word, but contrast in a way, I guess. I don't know. We think it would contrast because he looked like a beast, right?
Yeah,
Monster. Sometimes he's drawn as like more feline, sometimes just like more just a beast, ape like, or whatever the case may be is. And he looked like savage, right?
yeah,
Primal,
Yeah.
primal, savage, complete animal instinct. But he's a philosopher, like you were saying, Wes. He's a scientist. You feel me? He's well spoken. He does not use his emotions over his intelligence.
right, yeah,
He's careful not to hurt people. He's almost a pacifist in a way, not a complete pacifist, but Beast is rarely in the field scrapping. You get what I'm
right, yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
You feel me? Not because he can't, because you feel me? But he choose other shit. He choose to contribute in other ways. You feel me? And I always kind of thought that was cool. You feel me? Because things are not always what they seem.
Right,
You feel me?
yeah,
Like a walking symbol of that, a walking example of things are not always what they seem.
Yeah. Boy, Beast. He a fool. Everybody might know he one of the first 5 the
Mm-hmm.
original X-Men.
Right?
And
Yeah, yeah,
Beast is actually first X-Men to for his mutation to evolve. And it kept happening too. He always kind of evolved in his mutations first because Beast wasn't always blue and hairy and ape-like and stuff like that. He was just a big dude with like, I guess you could say like the gorilla type hands and stuff like that. He was just always real big, and his hands and his feet was always extra large, and he was able to do certain things, and he had that balance and dexterity. But
right,
then
yeah,
his mutation was the first one to evolve in the X-Men, and that's when he became Beast as what we know him. And then later on, he evolves even more. Like Beast is always the one to evolve, and he evolves the fastest. I never knew
yeah,
why, but that's a little fun
Yeah,
fact.
yeah. A lot of people might know him as the Blue Beast, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like you say, his first appearance was like a very large man with big
Mm-hmm.
hands and big feet.
Yep.
And, the reason why he turned blue because he was trying to do experiments to make himself look regular again. But instead
Mm.
of doing that, he turned himself blue. That happened in Strange Tales number 11, like 1972, because the X-Men made their first appearance in X-Men issue number 1. That was in 1963. And X-Men was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, of course, the goats.
And then in the Ultimates, was it the Ultimates? Because I know it's a certain issue where they had him evolve more into a feline type look. He looked more like a lion, or he was still blue, but he looked more like a lion or a panther in his face and stuff like that. I'm not sure what
Yeah,
issue
that's
that was.
what.
I think it was the Ultimates though.
Yeah, they got different artists to draw those ones too.
Yeah, 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 yep, yep.
Them shit probably gonna look a little bit more detailed. But yeah,
But
if
yeah,
anybody collectors out there, Beast's first appearance was X-Men number 1, 1963. Anybody got that? On the low end, you probably could get 10 bands. On the high end, you could get about
ooh,
600,000 on the high end.
600,000 on the high end. Yeah, I took
shit.
the low
Oh.
end right now.
hey,
You feel me? You throw me 300,000 and we good. I
hey, that's it. That's all. I don't want much. No, I'm saying, Joe. Just
ain't trying to be greedy. You feel me? Now you gonna give me the six
Yeah,
hundred thousand. You feel me?
real. X-Men number 1. Any collectors out there, you sitting on the go.
yes, sir. You sure. You surely are.
It is, man. Shit, man. My number 3 favorite hero of all time is a guy named Matthew Murdock. Uh, a lot
Man,
of
now,
people might know him as Daredevil.
Mm.
And I fuck with Daredevil because, yeah, as you guys know by now, I'm choosing my characters because I see a lot of myself in them in a way. And
yeah,
Daredevil, he deals with strength and struggle. You know what I'm saying? He lost his sight, so he got to deal with that too. Like, y'all ever had moments in y'all life where y'all get knocked down, but you had to get up and keep fighting, but nobody never saw it? You know what I'm
yep,
saying?
Yeah.
That's what Daredevil do. That's what Daredevil go through all the time. I definitely can relate that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody be seeing what he do. In the comics he's Catholic, so he's one of
yeah,
those few characters that's real connected to his faith, and that's
yeah.
rare
You
in the
struggle
comic.
with that too.
Exactly,
Yeah, you struggle
and
with that.
I definitely can dig that, and I can relate to that. He questioned his faith a lot. He living two different lives. But like he see the world different than we do. Even though he blind, he see the world clearer than most, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He kind of like me. He trusts his instincts. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, he's blind, but like you said, he sees the world way better than we do because he can tell when somebody lying,
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
afraid. You get what I'm saying? You it's not much that you can hide from him. You know?
that's what I'm saying. He trusts his instinct.
Yep.
That's something I can relate to. You know, so he one of those characters. You know, people who read his books or whatever, he one of those characters that don't scream for attention.
Yeah.
He not like I saved the day. Hey, I did this. Daredevil is low key. He not screaming for attention. He don't want the attention. That's something I can relate to. That's the kind of hero I'll be. You feel me?
Yep.
You know, and I kind of like street level heroes and street level villains, and Daredevil is one of my favorite street level heroes because he don't got no powers, but he'll get in a fight and a brawl and wake
Hmm.
up the next morning like nothing ain't happened. He just got his ass whooped last night, a blind man, and the next morning you wake up to go be a lawyer.
I mean, his pops was battling Jack Murdoch. You feel me?
He was a famous boxer back
Yep.
in the day. It wasn't really no arts about him, but it was a little backstory. Jack Murdoch. But Jack Murdoch did taught young Matt Murdoch put your education over the streets.
Yep.
That was said multiple times in the conversation. Put your education over the streets. So that's why Matt became a brilliant lawyer, probably one
Hmm.
of the best lawyers in the Marvel universe. And he's Daredevil too.
And this is canon. He did defend Peter Parker, even in the comics, when his identity was revealed. So that
Yep.
happened in the movies and in the
And they fought before too.
hmm. You know, I'm not sure how
Spider-Man was holding back though, of course.
true it is. You probably know. I've heard it a lot though. But they say that Daredevil is the one that helped Spider-Man hone his acrobatics and stuff like that. You know that spatial awareness when he's swinging and flipping and stuff. It's been said a few times that Daredevil was the one that like kind of helped him with that. It makes sense if
Yeah.
he did.
The one this was like back in the 70s, like one of their first encounters. Spider-Man did ask me how he do some type of move or a flip and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
So Daredevil might have, showed him a thing or two, but it won't no story or no arc about it, man. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. My first time seeing Daredevil was in the Spider-Man cartoon. I
Okay.
mean, I seen Daredevil.
Yeah.
Man, too.
But I've been on about him, just being around comic books. His first appearance
Yeah.
was Daredevil #1, 1964, created by Stan Lee. We all know a story. He got
Hmm.
in an accident. 10 years old. Truck was coming, pushed the lady out the way. The truck spilled radioactive waste. It got in his eyes, so he got his powers. He got superhuman senses. He got the radar sense. He got peak martial art ability. He's acrobatic. He was trained by Stick. You
Hmm.
know,
Leader of the chase.
he got all kinds of weapons and shit. A couple of my favorite Daredevil moments were he had to go away for a while. So Iron Fist had filled in for him. Iron Fist had picked the suit on. He filled in for him for a little while. But yeah,
You
a
know,
few of my favorite. Huh?
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Now, I'm about to say, the connection, the rumor or fan theory of the connection between Daredevil and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I think they're trying to say it from the same universe or some sort.
Yeah, it's never really been proven, but it is a cool fan theory because when They got the panel of when Matt Murdock, you feel me, when he shoved the old man out the way and the canister break and stuff going to his eyes and stuff, but it also showed
Yeah.
there's a kid with four turtles and they accident too. And then the turtles is shown like they fall into the sewer. And then it shows like that same can dripping down into that sewer. So somebody has saw that. Google it. Somebody has saw that
Oh
and was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
is that the Ninja Turtles? You know, like it was never proven, nobody ever, but I always thought that was a cool fan theory, yo. For real.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah. I seen that shit before. I think that shit dope. The same goo that gave Daredevil his powers gave the turtles their powers too.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that shit kind of dope though.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? But
And they both in
yeah,
New
man.
York.
right.
Yeah, yep, you damn sure right. Yeah.
Yep.
If they had the turtles, if the turtles was in Marvel, that shit would have made perfect sense.
It would have been perfect, yep. But you know, DC went and did that crossover.
Who knows? Hey, it could happen.
It could still happen. I'm a huge fan of I kind of like I said, I first seen Daredevil in the Spider-Man animated series from the 90s. I read a couple of his comics, but like I said, I was the youngest, so I was really reading what was around me. You feel me?
Yeah.
And it wasn't really
Yeah,
like that.
same
You know, it wasn't really like around me like that. But I knew of Daredevil, but what really got me back on Daredevil, I gotta be honest, it was the Netflix series.
Yeah. Yeah.
That series is
here.
so good. And I really like Charlie Cox's portrayal of Matt Murdock, Daredevil, like for real. And
Yeah,
I'm a very huge fan of Vincent. I can't pronounce his last name, but the dude that played the Kingpin in that show. Like, yeah, he
yeah,
did that. You know?
yeah. The Netflix series, man, them shit is very, very common accurate for the most part. So
Yeah, yep.
they give you a feel of how he really is in the books, though.
Hmm.
Even he's a young kid, I'm like, I'm looking at him like, shit, man, this guy don't got no powers, and he blind out there fighting. That's dope.
He has powers. He has like his senses is way more
Yeah,
acute, like off the fucking charts type shit, yo. When you can smell,
like
you
he a
know,
human like us. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, definitely. He got that durability, like he got regular human durability. Yeah, yo. But I always thought his cool, like his powers became more cool to me watching the Netflix series because it was one episode, he had the Russian dude. I guess the Russian dude got shot. So he called Shorty, the nurse, like, yo, you feel me? You gonna bleed out. She like, yo, what you got around you? Bro literally put his hand to the ground and was like, I got a flare, 3 pennies. You feel me? About 6
yeah,
nails. Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this
Yeah.
dude is official. Like, that's what's up. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
That shit
like
was dope, huh?
yeah, I found a new respect for his powers watching that series, yo. Like, dude, like, yo, he ain't believe you. She like, yo, how you know? He like, trust me, I know. You feel me? You
Yeah,
know, got dude
Yeah.
pulled up outside the apartment building. He like, yo, we gotta go. It's 7 people. They armed, automatics. Like, you feel me? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
that was to me. I found a newfound respect for his powers, yo.
There it is, bro. That's how that nigga is in the books, though. Like, it's just like
Yep.
that. Like, damn, you know. A couple of my favorite arcs by him is the Born Again arc from the '80s. Frank Miller
Yeah.
wrote those. Kingpin had found out that Matt Murdock was Daredevil. And That's one of my favorite fights from Daredevil. Daredevil versus Kingpin fights. Some of my favorite fights about
Yeah.
and the Man Without Fear. That's the one. That's the one you like. That's the one that Netflix is
Yeah.
based off of.
Yeah.
They came out in the movies. Um, I like his fights against Punisher. He fought Iron Fist before.
I love his
You know,
debates
for
with Punisher.
towards the end of it. Yeah. Uh, any collectors out there? We all got Daredevil #1 on the low end, depending on the condition. On the low end, probably 1,200. On the high end, $250,000.
With that, with his high end be killing
Oh.
niggas. Man, man, yeah. Come on.
Somebody out there got it. Somebody a collector.
Yeah,
Somebody, you
man.
feel me? Music. But
People out there,
moving.
go get your books graded. You get your books graded on the condition of it. You know, the better the condition, the more it's worth.
Respect to Daredevil, Matt Murdock, man, the man without fear. You feel me? Son of a boxer. You know.
So,
Moving on. By number 3 is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, the webhead, man.
Hmm.
Peter Parker. Um, who don't like Spider-Man? This is actually kind of easy for me. Real like, cause like, who don't like Spider-Man? And
right.
created by Stan Lee, artist for Steve Ditko, first appearance Amazing Fantasy, issue 15, 1962. But a little fun fact: Spider-Man is the first teenage superhero
Yeah.
in my probably
Yeah.
ever.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, all right, you got Superboy, but yeah, yeah.
yep. Like you feel me? Before Spider-Man, it was a lot of sidekicks, right? The teenagers were sidekicks, for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
Spider-Man was
Robin.
literally, yeah, and outside of his superhero, when he's out saving the world and stuff like that, saving New York, really, because Spider-Man really is a street level hero, to be honest. You feel me?
Yeah.
Um, when he out saving New York City and stuff, we still got to see what a teenager go through trying to balance a superhero life and growing up and still finding yourself. You feel me? A lot of
Yeah.
heroes, the adult heroes and stuff like that, a lot of them were still trying to find themselves. We got dudes literally like Wolverine trying to find himself. You know, you got guys like Captain America that was frozen and woke up in a new time and trying to find himself. But the thing with Peter Parker, what I always thought was kind of cool was he's a teenager trying to find himself. We don't know how hard that shit is.
Oh yeah.
And he
Yeah.
got powers. And he got powers. And we all know the story. With great power comes great responsibility and stuff like that. We all know that. But I think that it's cool that he has that moral anchor in the death of his Uncle Ben because he knew he had powers and he really knew that he could do something and he ain't do shit. You feel me? So my dude really he holds that with him throughout everything. Like how many times Peter Parker could have snapped and wild out? Dude be
Oh
stressing all the time. That's why I ain't even like the cartoon like that because he was always talking to himself. Stressing over Mary Jane, and stressing over this and how broke he is, and Aunt May and all of that stuff. But dude held it like a G, for real. You know, he held it like a G. He's also like super smart. You feel me? He ain't
yeah.
really rich on them levels, but Peter
Yeah.
Parker's he's actually very smart. To the average human. You feel me? Powers and
Definitely a
abilities.
top 25.
Yeah. Powers and abilities. I mean, we all know Spider-Man. You feel me? Spider sense, wall crawling, agility, all of that stuff. Spatial awareness. His spatial awareness is like top tier. Like for real. His balance, all of that dexterity, that shit is like top tier off the charts. His strength actually varies. You feel me? I think that's pretty much with who's writing it. That's with a lot of stuff, feats in the comics and stuff like that. It's pretty much who's writing it. But Spider-Man is actually dangerously very strong to the point where he actually holds back a lot when he's fighting.
Oh,
For real. Um, Smart enough, to create those web shooters by himself. He's gifted in physics, chemistry, biology, engineering. Gifted in physics, chemistry, biology, engineering. Hand-to-hand combat, he's initially self-taught, you feel me? But he has picked up some things. Daredevil, like we was talking about, Captain America, Wolverine and stuff like that. But for the most part, Peter Parker is a brawler, I would say. You feel me? Like, dude he just in there just scrapping and stuff like that. He pretty much self-taught. He's the everyday hero. You feel me? Spider-Man is the everyday hero. You don't have to. If somebody was to try to aspire to be like their favorite hero, I would say you don't really got to do much to aspire to be like Spider-Man. All you got to do is be a real chill dude. You feel me?
Yeah.
you know, like, and just do good and stuff like that. His first appearance, like I said, Amazing Fantasy, issue 15, 1962.
yeah.
One of his popular arcs on his issues was the night Gwen Stacy died. Spider-Man issue 121 to 122, 1973. That's when Green Goblin caused Gwen Stacy off the bridge, man. You feel me?
So,
Whether it was off the bridge. You have Craven's Last Hunt.
yeah.
That's 1987. Where dude like they thought he killed Spider-Man and stuff like that. That was actually pretty cool. The Clone Saga, which I'm kind of like iffy on a Clone Saga. Like I like some parts of it, but some
Scarlet Spider.
huh?
Scarlet Spider.
Yeah, Ben Riley, Ben
The
Parker.
Ben Riley. Oh, I love those ones, Oh, I love those.
I mean, it just went on and on and on for me. You feel me? 94 to 96. You feel me? I
Yeah.
mean, I rock with it. Like I said, I'm iffy with it. I don't mind it, but it's not one of his arcs that I usually go back to for real. Civil
Yeah.
War. Civil War was when he let Iron Man pretty much convince him into revealing his identity, which is kind of crazy because Spider-Man wasn't like very liked by the public because you got your boy JJJ, you feel me? J. Jonah Jameson, with his
Yeah.
grudge against Spider-Man. So
Yeah.
Civil War, Peter Parker chose Tony Stark's side initially, but defected to Captain America's side. And
Mm.
in the story, when he's ambushed, the Punisher actually saves him. And
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yo,
you
yo.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, that,
Oh,
yeah. Frank Castle, the Punisher, pretty much tells Peter Parker that Spider-Man is the best of all of them, and I think that means something. You have the One More Day in 2007 where Peter Parker make a deal with Mephisto to save Aunt May's life after she got shot after he damn, I'm spoiling a lot of stuff. But anyway, go check out One More Day. It's actually crucial to Peter Parker's arc. You got the Spider-Verse introducing Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man Noah, and all of that. But all around, that's my dude, man. I feel like Peter Parker is probably the most relatable hero of all time. I really
oh
feel
yeah.
that. I like
Definitely.
true.
Yeah.
He's the most relatable hero of all time. Kids can love him. Men can respect and relate to him. You feel me? Because in
Yeah,
a way, I kind of watched Peter Parker grow up. You feel me? Since he was a teen all the way into adulthood. You feel me? So
yeah,
that also stand out to me as well. Peter Parker, man, Spider-Man, one of the most official, one of the realest, man, and most relatable. My number three.
yeah. A couple of my favorite Spider-Man arcs, man, and I of the Venom arc, of course, but it's Maximum Carnage. That's my favorite
Yeah.
Spider-Man arc of all time, and it's factually proven that it's one of the best arcs of all time in Marvel. It's proven because
Mhm.
that's a good ass. It's not the introduction of Carnage, but that's when he came back and was just wreaking havoc on everything. And Carnage is one of my favorite villains. That's for another show, but I love that arc, man. The introduction of the character Shriek. Um, Spider-Man teamed up with Venom for the first time. Imagine that.
You
That
know,
shit was just so fucking good.
I want to add something real quick. Because, you know, earlier on you talk about Spawn and you know how he struggled with a lot of stuff. I feel like Peter Parker is probably one of the heroes that I think he accepted, you feel me, that he has to do this good because, you know, he's big on the responsibility stuff and all of that. But
Yeah,
he's probably one of the heroes that I see question it the most on a frequent basis. Like Peter Parker is always thinking about what he could have or what he could have had. He still do his
yeah,
duty. You know what I mean? He still do his duty, but he's one of those. I think he struggled with that. It's kind of like an identity versus sacrifice kind of thing. Like, is this who I'm supposed to be? But this
yeah.
is not
I
who I
feel
want
it.
to be. You feel me? When I can be this. So, you know, I respect that. You feel me? Because I feel that way sometimes. You feel me? Like, okay, I
Yeah,
feel like this is who I'm supposed to be. The law-abiding citizen, the stand-up dude. You feel me? The
yeah,
father, the husband. I feel like okay, this is who I'm supposed to be. But sometimes I don't want to be the law-abiding citizen. You feel me?
Yeah.
Sometimes,
yeah,
you know, sometimes I want to do how handle certain things how I would, you know. So
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
respect it, man. I could really respect that identity versus sacrifice and knowing that you have to do the right thing, but you kind of still haven't fully accepted it in a way because you're still thinking about what could be, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
I dig that.
Yeah. I get. Yeah. I definitely dig that.
Yeah. And another thing I like the Spidey arc, the Revenge of the Sinister Six. It's two of them, man. You got the
Go out.
Return of the Sinister Six, then you got the Revenge of the Sinister Six. That's one of my favorites, man. You got six villains coming to try to just destroy Spider-Man, Doctor Octopus, Sandman, Vulture. You know what I'm saying? They coming
Yeah.
for him, but like you were saying earlier, bro, Amazing Fantasy issue number 15. If any collectors got that, you might want to go get that graded because issue number 15 was the last one that they produced. Because Amazing Fantasy was like a little side quest issue that Marvel did. It wasn't
Yeah.
major,
Yep.
but issue issue number 15 was the last one. The introduction to Spider-Man on the low end you could get about 10 to 50,000, and on the high end, you could get about 3.5 million.
Co- Come on, man.
Three
Hey,
million.
whoever got
I
that
ain't
book,
gonna
whoever got that book, Joe, man.
lie. Just like debut with Spider-Man, you feel me? Let me ask y'all real quick. before we finish with Spy, I actually want to finish up with this. And down in the comments, y'all could, you know, give your opinions as well. Who is your favorite Spider-Man? Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, or Tom Holland?
I'm gonna say Tom Holland, man.
Yeah, I
Toby
would
was
too.
Toby was it was Toby for a minute, and Garfield was cool. Like, Toby still my nigga, but when Holland came out, I'm like, oh, all right, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I would have to agree too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would say the same thing. I think Tom Holland is a perfect blend of both Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. Uh, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's my Spider-Man. Y'all already know, man.
so shouts out to Peter Parker.
Shouts
Mm.
out to Peter Parker, man.
Shouts out to him. Well, my number three is Thor.
Mm,
Um, I like Thor from when ooh, I got I got into Thor through the movies
okay.
from watching it. Him battling, him fighting his brother, him fighting Hulk, him fighting Wolverine. That's how I got it. That's how I fell in love with
All
Thor.
right.
Yeah.
Oh man, the son of Odin,
Oh,
like dude, OP. Thor,
Thor Odin's son.
Yeah,
Thor, son for real. AKA Donald Blake. Didn't even know that. That was his when he was immortal. When he was immortal, that was his name, Donald Blake. Yeah. But Thor is
Thor.
he's double OG, triple OG in Marvel, man. Like
yeah, yeah.
it's that dude. Feel me? My dude he get powerful with age. For real. Like
Yeah.
Hey,
And Thor. I fuck with Thor, man. A lot of fights that Thor been a part of was some of my favorite fights in Marvel.
yeah,
But
yeah,
shit, Thor he debuted in what 1962, 1963, Journey into Mystery, uh, issue number 83. Any collectors out there? What I'm trying to think. My bad. On the low end, it's probably like 3,000, and on the high
okay.
end, probably like 300,000 for the
mm,
first appearance of him. With Journey into Mystery was like another little side quest
like
by Marvel too. Basically horror. It wasn't even
yeah,
really comics like heroes like vampires and werewolves.
yeah.
So Marvel did like a whole bunch of bullshit too. Journey into Mystery. But that's what Thor made his debut. And he just stuck around since 1963. I fuck with Thor though, man.
Thor
Yeah,
Odin, man, God of Thunder.
Thor versus Hercules, always a good fight. Thor versus Thanos was
Yeah.
good. When I get to my number one character all time, I'm gonna explain the fight between Thor and that guy. You know,
You know who that is too.
Thor versus fucking Sentry, fucking good. Uh, Thor versus Galactus, nigga. You know, Thor's
Thor
so
versus
powerful.
Thor
He fought a
versus
lot of niggas.
Thor versus
man.
Super.
Anybody you can think of, Joe? Man, Thor got some good classes out there.
Shit, in the DC versus Marvel, Thor fought Shazam.
Oh, he fought
DC
Shazam.
versus Marvel. Yeah,
That makes
yeah,
sense.
Thor won. Thor won. but he dropped Mirror Mirror, and this was in the 90s. So if Thor didn't have possession of Mirror Mirror in his hand, he become a regular human, Eric Masterson. So when he
Yeah,
dropped the fucking hammer, can't too many people pick it up. Wonder Woman picked it up because
yeah,
Wonder Woman had just beat Storm, so she picked up Mirror Mirror and turned into a fucking female Thor. And Marvel versus DC was alright.
it was. Man. I wish we can get an updated one. You feel me? That'd be cool. I would
Yeah.
rather have it as an animated movie though, 3 part.
They had the fans vote on it. That's how they determine the winner.
Yeah, I remember that. They had Robin fighting Jubilee, Batman and
Yeah,
Captain fighting. I think
yeah.
who Wolverine for it?
Lobo,
Lobo.
Hulk, Superman, Spider-Man, Superboy,
Yeah.
Flash, Quicksilver, Green Arrow, Hawkeye, Steel, Iron Man, uh, Green Lantern, Silver Surfer, Thanos, Darkseid.
Green Lantern
You know what
can't
I'm
be no
saying?
man.
He didn't. He didn't.
That's what I'm like. Why would you send the Green Lantern and Silver Surfer, yo? You gotta send
That shit
like
was almost
Doctor
too.
Fate or somebody at Silver Surfer, yo. You can't send.
That shit was almost too easy. Man.
Yeah, you gotta send the Spectre at Silver Surfer. You can't send no Green Lantern. With all
Mm.
due respect, you feel me?
Oh, how the fuck? Yeah, Storm, Wonder Woman, Catwoman, Elektra. How the fuck we forget about Aquaman and Namor? How we forget about that?
Who
Oh.
want Namor?
Aquaman.
Okay, about to say, put some respect on Aquaman name, yo.
Only because Aquaman he controlled the animals on. They both was fighting, but
Yeah.
Aquaman could control the animals. That was the edge. But yeah, man. We finna get into our number twos, man. Number two.
Number two.
And, like you said, Wes, I'm gonna throw a wild card out there. I'm thinking, man, I'm like, this could be a wild card, but I'm like, man, fuck it. This ain't no wild card because this is my list. It's what I
Right.
chose.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And as you guys know, I'm one of those guys that I like thinking outside the box. I like being different. So that's why the Captain Americas and the Batmans didn't make my list. I like those guys too. But I just like other guys that guys don't like. And I do that with
Yeah.
my music. I do that with my wrestling. Shit, even my football team, my baseball team, and my basketball team. I like teams that and things that nobody else like. I don't know why I'm like that. But
Hey,
with
I
that
feel
being
you.
said,
Mm.
with that being said, my number two hero of all time, his name is Remy, and you pronounce it LeBeau.
Oh,
Remy LeBeau. And some people might know him as Gambit
yeah.
from the
You
X
think
Men.
people don't like Gambit? You think people don't like
Huh?
Gambit, bro? You think people don't like Gambit? Man, Gambit is one of the most popular X for
He is.
real.
They did a list, the 40 most best X Men. He was number 8.
Man, everybody I know that's in the superheroes, everybody got love for Gambit. I got love for Gambit. He's not on my list, but I got love for Gambit, yo.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll
Yeah,
say. Yeah. I got love for Gambit too. I got love for him too.
Gambit
Yeah.
was just cool, man. For real,
Yeah.
yo.
yeah. The circus I be in, he don't really get too many flowers. Niggas don't talk about him
I'll
too
say.
much.
Yeah. Right. Me too.
Nah,
I'll say he don't get bitches that much with me.
not only did Gambit have swag, but Gambit is very powerful, yo. Like for real. And his hand-to-hand combat skills is official.
Yeah.
Like,
I was,
man, Gambit is that dude, yo, for real.
I was talking to G, and he was like, "Yeah." I'm kinda like, "Man, look, man, Gambit like that because I think we were
Gambit,
talking about between Gambit versus Cyclops. It could go either way depending on who writing it.
yeah.
Cyclops definitely can reach, but Gambit is unorthodox. And if it was, and I'm trying to tell him, if it comes to hand in hand fighting, no powers, Gambit, no kinetic energy, Cyclops, no optic blast. If we just talking about straight hands up, man, Gambit
Then
got him
yeah.
all day.
I don't know about that, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't talk on the side of my neck and I don't make things up. Gambit is one
Bro,
of the best fighters
yes,
in
he
Marvel. Now,
is.
people get it twisted. Like I'm saying, he will beat people. I'm talking about no powers, straight wrestling ring, straight boxing match, straight hands. He's one of the best fighters in
Yeah,
Marvel. He
Cyclops.
held his own. He held his own against Iron Fist. He held his own against Captain America. You know what
Cyclops
I'm
held his own
saying?
in America.
And Gambit held his own against Cyclops. Gambit held his own against Wolverine a couple
Yeah,
of times.
yeah. I mean, how many times have Cyclops done put Wolverine ass to bed? Just as many times as Wolverine put him to bed, yo. For real.
Yeah.
For real.
That's
I
what I'm
feel like
saying.
I can't say who would like just straight hands, no power, straight hands. I can't really say that Gambit will watch Cyclops, and I can't really say Cyclops will watch Gambit. I feel like Cyclops got just maybe a little bit upper hand, but with Gambit's unpredictability, that also give him an edge. You feel me? So I'm like, uh, can't write on
And the
Cyclops.
only difference is
And with them hands, I can't just write off Cyclops. B. Dude is a beast with it, for real.
only difference is, and it's been written in the books. Gambit was born to fight. He was raised to fight from youth. Cyclops was taught to fight as a man. That's the only difference.
But that
Not saying
motherfucker,
Cyclops can't play. We all know he a beast. He a good leader. He probably was the second best leader in Marvel behind Steve Rogers. But I'm talking about like fighting. Gambit
I'm
was
talking
born and bred for this shit. Cyclops
about,
was taught this shit. You know what I mean?
I gotta Google this, man. You gotta put some respect on my son Cyclops' name, man.
Nah, niggas don't put respect on Gambit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But why you doing that? I fuck with Bo because he kind of like me. He a charmer. He a ladies man. You know what I'm saying? He's smooth. He's smooth with the words. That nigga cool as fuck. He cool on the outside, but he a little conflicted on the inside.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, bro, you
Some might
got it.
call
In
me.
a hand-to-hand fight, Gambit will likely win against Cyclops. While
Now,
Cyclops is
why,
a skill,
why you,
a dangerous
I be trying
optic
to tell y'all
blast,
niggas, bro. I be
Gambit's
telling you,
superior
I ain't gonna be.
skills enhance speed and reflexes. But I'm talking about just fight. Hold up. I gotta talk about no powers. They talking about their powers and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about if they want to go with straight hands. Like, bro,
Yeah.
I'm not one of these niggas that's gonna lie to y'all. You feel me? Y'all should know that by now. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna be just
Yeah,
making up shit. You feel me?
they still say without powers, Gambit would likely win against Cyclops. Gambit is known for his acrobatic fighting style and mastery of his staff. He can also enhance. They keep talking about powers, B. They not talking about no just straight no powers. They keep talking about powers. How Cyclops got a distance because he got his blast and shit.
I mean, not taking it nothing from Cyclops. That was the debate we had. But even Nick Fury himself, he said, man, Gambit's one of the best fighters I ever seen.
Yeah,
Nick
I know
Fury
that.
said,
But I don't know. I'm gonna have
but
to
yeah,
do some research on that. It's probably somewhere on YouTube though. But
Yeah.
I
I'm keep
would
telling
give
y'all, man.
say, but
I'm
I
not one of
can't
these
say
niggas that's gonna lie. I'm not one of these niggas that's gonna lie to y'all or make some shit up. You know what I mean? If I'm
oh
saying
me.
it, then it's real. If I don't say anything, then I don't know. You feel me?
Uh,
You know what I'm saying?
I don't
But
know, man. I need some more
hey,
proof. I need a little bit more proof because they still going with powers, man. Like I don't know. Cyclops is a different type of beast when it comes to them hands, and dude tough as fuck. Like for real.
I know you're gonna ride for one of your favorites, just like I'm riding for one of my favorites. But
Cyclops not one of
like I
my
said,
favorites.
bro, if it wasn't true, I wouldn't even say it at all. I wouldn't even
Cyclops,
bring it up.
Cyclops not one of my favorites. I respect him though.
You know what I'm saying? And I respect Remy LeBeau because he a charmer. He a ladies man. He's smooth with the words like me. He cool. He might got some problems on the inside. You know what I'm saying? You ever felt like you belong somewhere, but you can't even go nowhere? You know what I'm saying? You just stuck. Like that's Remy to me.
I used to sometimes.
So yeah, so you definitely can relate.
Yeah.
yeah,
Gambit guy. That's why I was like, you think people don't like Gambit? Yeah, folks with Gambit, yo.
Yeah.
He was
Shit, the little circles and communities I be in, he don't never get no flowers.
they don't I don't want to say that they don't know, but I don't know how they couldn't know. For real, like, cause when it comes to me and my brother, like my brother Sean, Gambit is one of his favorite heroes. Like real talk, even as a kid. When it came to X-Men, he always like Wolverine and Gambit. I always like Wolverine, Gambit, Cyclops, and Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler's my dude, you feel me?
oh
But
yeah, yeah,
Gambit was always up there with me when it came to popularity, when it came to the X-Men. He was always my favorite because Gambit made me laugh. You feel me?
Yeah. And as a youngin, first read though, he was one of the first characters to me that had style.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
He was different. He'll switch the wardrobe up. You
and
know,
what
so
group did
everybody
he
knew
come? Because he was with a villainous group before he became an X-Men. I can't
the
even
thieves guild.
I know talking
It was
about
it wasn't
something.
even the village group. It was called the thieves guild.
The Thieves Guild. Yeah, 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 yep, yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Those guys, they thieves. They steal, and that's how they get up. You got the thieves guild and the murderers guild. That's what
Yeah.
they do to survive. When Gambit was first born, he was born with them bright red eyes. So his parents abandoned him. Like, I don't want this baby. So the Thieves Guild, they found them and they raised him as one of their own. And that's what I've been trying to tell niggas. Like, Gambit was raised to be a fighter since a baby. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Black Widow in a way. He was raised up in this shit. He was created by Chris Claremont and not Stan Lee, but Jim Lee. We all know they did the infamous X-Men series back in the early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
His debut, Uncanny X-Men, issue 266, August of 1990. And
Next to the
that,
Gambit. You
that was the debut of Gambit. On the low end, you probably can find that book for $120. On a high end, probably $250. It's not worth that much right now. You know, but we all know he got the kinetic energy.
yeah.
So most people might see him throwing playing cards. Cause that's his preferential weapon. He take the card, he can charge it up into energy and throw it, and once it lands, it explodes. But he can do that with anything. He can do quarters, a rock, a pencil, or he
A
can put
tank.
his hand on a car and
Yep.
explode it that way. But when he only thing he can't do is use his kinetic energy on human flesh. he can't blow up a person. He can do objects. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just charge it and cause it to explode. He more agile than most. You know, it's part of
Yeah.
his mutant ability. Acrobatic, he unorthodox. You know, he one of the only Marvel characters. Not one of the only Marvel, one of the few to use parkour when he fighting. You know, he uses surroundings as weapons too.
Yeah.
His fighting style is unique, and he got that bow style. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Very, very,
yeah,
very underrated fighter. Like I keep saying, very underrated.
He also has a certain degree of hypnotism too.
In a way, because he got the way of words, he can charm you. You know what I mean?
Like a small certain degree. Yeah.
Mhm. Like I said, he sparred with Wolverine a couple of times. Had his own. I like when he fought Bishop. That shit was a dope ass fight. You know, Bishop was stronger than him, but that nigga took a card, put it in Bishop's face, and then ran off. um, like I said, the Cap fight was dope. Cap got his ass though. He had a couple moves in there. Couple of favorite arcs. Of course, his debut arc, Storm was turned to a little girl. So this nigga rescued Storm. Storm took him back to the X Mansion. He met the X Men. 4 issues later, he ended up joining them. You know, fans loved it. This was an Uncanny X Men. Then you got the X Men, Uncanny X Men. It was
Yeah.
two different, you know what I'm saying? Jones, the gold team and the blue team.
Yeah.
yeah.
And Gambit was on the blue team. Yeah, I like the trial. Like you said earlier, Trial of Flash. Gambit got a series too, the Trial of Gambit. Um, the X-Men had found out that he used to work for Mr. Sinister, and
Yeah.
he was the reason why the murderers had killed off the Morlocks and shit. He went on trial for that. Yeah, but shouts out to
Shout out to Remy LeBeau.
you know,
Man,
put some
shout out
Cajun, put some
again.
Cajun gumbo on your food, man.
Um, my number two, I think a lot of people would agree. My number two is Batman. I mean, fucking Batman, yo. Like, Batman has no superpowers. My dude got intellect, money, time, and sheer fucking willpower, yo. Like on some real shit. Dude, like, literally embodies willpower. Won't break, yo. Even when they broke him, Batman don't break. Like on some real shit. And what I respect about Bruce Wayne is he's gonna tell you like it is. Like real talk. It's about the mission with him. Gonna
Mm,
tell you
Yeah,
it is. Peak human condition. Dude like legit put himself crazy training, yo, in the name of one goal and one cause. You feel me? I think
yeah,
that's inspiring, yo. Like that's inspirational, like motherfucker. Like when you could put your mind to something, like you really could do that shit. Do the master martial artist. Like dude throwing hands with Lady Shiva. You feel me?
yeah,
Rage out cool and shit like that. Yo, you feel me? Like genius level intellect, expert detective, tactician, leader. The man's contingency plans, not contingency plans. For those contingency plans, which you know has
yeah,
been a running joke. Batman has prep time, which I think that's a credit to him because, like I said, it goes back to his willpower. You feel me?
yeah,
You know, I feel like a lot of people could make fun about willpower. I mean, prep time and oh, he win because he's Batman. But when you really think about it, yo, like yeah, this nigga is that dedicated, man. He will do whatever, like on some real shit. If he want to take you down, he's going to find a way, and he's going to put whatever time, effort, or money that it takes to make that. So
Yeah.
yo, like he's shown this. You
Yeah.
feel me? Master
Yeah.
of fear. You feel me? He turned his kind of like what you were saying a little bit earlier, or similar to what you were saying earlier, Jamal. Like he turned his struggles, his fear, and everything, his trauma. He turned all of that shit into a weapon.
Yeah.
He turned all of that stuff into a weapon. He was knocked down. He got back up. Hell, Batman get knocked down a lot, yo. Those who
Yeah.
don't know, Bane, yo. I think it's Nightfall. I think that's the name of it. Um, Dude Bane literally releases every prisoner in Arkham Asylum. Batman works tirelessly about 3 days to get everybody back in Arkham Asylum. Right? Then Bane catch him slipping in the Batcave when he coming back 3 days of putting all of the villains, street level criminals, mafioso, super villains, putting everybody back in Arkham. Then Bane pop up, break his back. Batman ain't give up, yo. Batman worked until he got back right. You feel me? Like willpower. I think he symbolizes willpower and to not let the trauma like really hinder you and use it. Like literally make it your armor, make it your superpower. You feel me? Whatever you went through in life, whatever you go through in life, whatever hit you hard, whatever loss it was, whatever failure it was, whatever disappointment it was, make that shit your armor, make that your superpower. You feel me? I feel like Batman embodies that shit, yo, for real.
Yeah.
He's disciplined. Like you know what it.
The fuck up?
Yo.
Yo.
Oh damn, bro went up. I thought you paused.
All right.
All day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there
Sorry
you go.
about the difficulties. We going through like this storm and stuff in South Carolina lately. They talking about a tropical storm coming. But anyway, like I'm just gonna get into some of his classic arcs. Batman Year One, issue 404 and 407. That's Frank Miller. Frank Miller is like that dude when it comes to Batman. Like I ain't even gonna lie. But Year One is pretty much self-explanatory, folks. It shows young Bruce Wayne and his first year as Batman, which is actually pretty cool. I read that a few times actually. There's also an animated
Some Daredevil shit too.
you got the Killing Joke by Alan Moore. That the Killing Joke is cool because it tells one of the many origins of the Joker. You feel me? Failed comedian and the Red Hood and all of that stuff. Killing Joke is actually pretty good. You got the Long Halloween, with Two Face. What's the main dude? Hush is a real good one. But my favorite Batman story, favorite arc is Cataclysm in No Man's Land. That's where Gotham got hit by the earthquake and the government pretty shut them down and stuff like cut them off for the rest of the country and shit like that. Batman was gone for a little minute. He had to regroup. He came back and he just pretty much fighting. There's so many territories. You got territory. You got Penguin got his territory. Two Face got his territory. Poison Ivy in the botanical park and stuff like that. And it's cool because it's just Batman. They introduced Cassandra Cain in that. They got to do Azrael, I believe that's his name. He was the one that took on the mantle of Batman until Batman came back. Batman had to fight him back for it because dude was wild and killing people and shit like that. But Cataclysm in No Man's Land is my favorite Batman story. Like real talk.
Yeah.
You got in the Court of Owls. That shows that's kind of like a social commentary too in a way. That's how I kind of got it. Like it shows how the wealthy and the elite preys on the poor and stuff like that. And it Final Crisis, Batman the Three Jokers, which is crazy. I'm not even gonna spoil that. Go read Batman the Three Jokers. Pretty good. I also like the alternate versions of Batman. You got Batman Business, which is my dude. You feel me? Flashpoint Batman, Thomas Wayne, that's Wayne. In the Flashpoint universe, Bruce Wayne dies, and Thomas Wayne becomes Batman, and Martha Wayne becomes the Joker.
Oh
Ooh.
shit, that's just crazy. Like different universes though, so
Damn,
Yeah.
am I back?
Yeah,
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Batman is a cultural icon, man. He's pretty much next to Superman, the most popular superhero in DC Comics. And when it comes to like universal superhero shit, he right up there in the top five with Superman, Spider-Man, and stuff like that. You know, um,
yeah,
Bruce Wayne is that dude, yo. And I always kind of enjoy his friendship with Superman too because they're two opposite guys. They have two opposite motivations. Well, I guess you could say they have the same motivation. They just have different ways of carrying it out. And I like how they bounce off each other. You feel me? No Diddy.
yeah.
But Batman, yo. I mean, who else is it going to be when it comes to me? I think everybody respects Bruce Wayne. You feel me? I think everybody
Yeah.
respects that. You know, and you know,
Yeah, my favorite Batman arc was you said year one earlier. That's the I think that's the one that put Frank Miller on the map as far as Batman comics. But he did do the Dark Knight Returns, and that was the arc before year one. And Frank Miller had wrote that too. I fuck with that, John. That's one of the arcs that don't get talked about because a lot of the Batman movies that came out in the 90s and 2000s is based on the Dark Knight Returns. One of the movies too, Dark Knight Returns.
I think. I think
Um,
I want to say. I think I want. I think I want to say yeah.
Dark Knight Rises or some shit like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
like you said, I fuck with the Bane fight. I fuck with when he fought Joker, just snapped on his ass. I like the arc where that Superman had was in the Batcave and found out that Batman had a plan to defeat every member of the
yeah,
Justice League. Not a plan, but he thought he had ways to
yeah.
defeat everybody. And they
Justice
kicked him
League
out the
Doomsday.
Justice League. Uh, I like Dawn of Justice when he fought Superman, put the suit on. He had Green Arrow help, of course, but we didn't talk about that.
Yeah,
But he beat Superman a couple
that's
times in that comic.
that's the comic. That's probably the most popular one when he beat Superman. That's Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, Bats to Beast. He beat Superman a
Yeah,
couple times, or at least outsmarted him. Um,
yeah,
that's the only way you can beat Supes. You can't beat him with fucking power. You outsmart him. But yeah, Detective Comics. Oh fuck. Yeah, what issue Batman did? Detective Comics number 39.
hmm
It was 1939. Detective Comics. Fuck, somebody in the comments go correct me. But Batman debuted in Detective Comics in
Detective Comics.
1939.
Yeah, Detective Comics, issue 27, 1939. He
Okay.
actually killed somebody in his debut, and then they stopped that shit. For real.
Anybody got some issues on it? Good grades. I saw a low end 1.5 million
Mm.
and a
Mm,
high end 3.5 million.
God, Jesus, oh my fucking God.
Yeah. So anybody got some detective comics from the 1930s? Shit, you better get it graded.
You sit on the
For
gold,
real.
man. Come on, let's go.
It is. Well, yeah, it was
It's
um
OB, it's OB.
yeah.
My number two is Iron Man. Also, another rich person. He loves to splurge. Let's put it that way. Kind of like me a little bit. I like to splurge a little bit. I got money in my pocket. Hey, I'm splurging.
Yeah.
Iron Man is also probably one of the most flawed superheroes. For real. Dude is
Yeah,
alcoholic,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
narcissist. Like, for real. So he's also again probably one of the most, and I ain't talking about just MCU Tony Stark. I'm talking about Tony Stark in the comics. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like for real. So he's also probably one of the most relatable heroes. To be
yeah.
honest.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Tony motherfucking Stark.
Tony Stark,
Of course,
man, who
he was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. There's a lot of the characters. He debuted in 1963. Stan Lee
mhm,
as Thor. You know, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Hulk. You know, Captain America, Thor. All those guys debuted within 2 years of each other.
mhm,
Wow.
You know, and on a low end, because he debuted in Tales of Suspense. You know, the side chicks, side issues.
mhm.
The low end about 10,000. On the high end, about 300,000, which ain't too bad for the debut of Iron
Bad at
Man.
all. For real.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Tony Stood Up, futurist.
Yeah. You know, Iron Man versus Hulk. Well, Iron Man had the Hulk Buster uniform, good ass fight.
Yeah,
Iron Man versus Captain America, the Civil War.
that was
That was
good.
a good
Oh, that
ass
was
fight.
definitely good.
Iron Man versus Doctor Doom, good ass fight. But yeah, shots out the motherfucker Iron Man. Tony Stark.
That's not some,
Shit,
yeah.
shit, he getting to the number 1 now, baby.
Number one.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, niggas who know. My number 1 favorite character of all time. His name is Norrin Red. Some people might know him as the Silver Surfer. I don't like how they portrayed him in a new Fantastic Four movie, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
We'll talk about that on another show.
You know what I'm saying? But I fuck with Silver Surfer, you know, because of course, you know, as a kid reading, you know, as a youngin' coming up, you see this character that stands out, this big ass, bright, bald head, silver guy
Mhm.
riding on the space with fucking
In
powers out
space.
of this world.
Yeah,
As a
for real.
kid, some kids might was drawn to Superman. I was drawn to Silver Surfer that
Mhm.
same way, same feeling. Just a guy that's powerful. And, you know, as I got older, and read more Silver Surfer material, got to know him better. Like I fuck with him because we all know his backstory. He one of those characters that gave up his freedom to save his people. That's exactly some shit I do. Galactus came to his home world to eat his world. He pleaded and begged with Galactus, hey, if it's world you need to eat to keep the cosmic balance, I'll find it for you so you can spare my world. So Galactus gave him a fraction of power. That's how powerful Galactus is. We're gonna do the villains another episode, but you know, got his powers from Galactus, the power cosmic, and you gonna be my herald. Go find me some worlds. You know, I fuck with Surfer because it hit home. It's the story hit home. Like you ever sacrifice your own peace for somebody else's time, somebody else's dream, somebody else's visions. Like Silver Surfer do that all the time. And like he often alone, he often dolo, just like me. He's on a fucking surfboard, just riding in space, just trying to
Hmm.
find meaning. Sitting on the edge of his board, just trying to find the meaning of life. Like I go through that shit. When he show up on different worlds, especially when he show up on Earth, when they do crossovers, most of the times he's often misjudged before he's even understood. Because a lot of times when he came down to Earth, well, this is after, his debut with Galactus, but when he came back many times after that, people thought it was for a bad reason. He's often misunderstood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel the same way. That's why I fuck with Surfer. He just, like I say, he just, roams space all day, just searching for meaning, searching for a place to belong. I feel like that quite often. That's why he my number one. You know what I'm saying? He go
Mm-hmm.
through pain, but don't
For
nobody know
cartoon.
about it. Nigga might see him like, oh, that's the surfer. He powerful. That nigga strong. Nah, the surfer go through pain, but nobody knows it. I
Mm-hmm.
do too. You know what I'm saying? He got
Yeah.
all that power in the world. I'm gonna get into his powers in a second. But this motherfucker is powerful. He got all that power, but yet he's still searching for something. Sitting on
Yeah,
the
for
surfboard,
brands.
just
Black.
looking at galaxies. You know what I'm saying? He ride through life like a lone rider. Just like me. He was forced to serve evil to save his people. I can resonate with Surfer, man. We are like in a lot of ways. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember the Silver Surfer cartoon. Wasn't too much a fan of it. I just really know Silver Surfer for being like powerful, very powerful, which to me didn't really grasp me because as a kid, I want to see action. If you super powerful like that, ain't nobody really pose a threat to you. It's like I said too, is also why I didn't really like the '90s Spider-Man cartoon growing up because he was always talking to himself and going through some shit. You feel me? Um,
yeah.
but,
You watch it as an adult, it probably hit different though.
yeah, it
You
probably
know what I'm
would.
saying? But
I ain't
yeah,
really know too much about so just that motherfucker had the power cosmic, which is off the charts. That's why I was like, they think Green Lantern and Silver Surfer. Like what?
that motherfucker powerful, like you say, he got the power of cosmic, and he
Yeah.
only have a fraction. He only have a fraction of the power of what Galactus gave him. So we could just imagine how powerful Galactus is himself.
Galactus like overpowerful for real. I mean, when you walking around eating planets to live, I mean, you feel me?
Yeah.
Galactus basically becomes life bringer though.
But before Norton got his powers, he ain't no slouch either. He was a philosopher and a scientist before he got his powers. So he is smart. So when it comes to, making decisions
Yeah,
or doing things, Surfer did play a major role in a lot of big arcs in Marvel history. And like I was saying earlier, Maximum Carnage, Spider-Man is known as probably one of the best arcs in Marvel history. Top 25, another top 25 arc in Marvel history is the Infinity Gauntlet, which is
yeah,
what the Avengers movie is based off of. And Silver Surfer had an integral part in the Infinity Gauntlet. His services was definitely needed.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he's smart in his own way. People like what the power cosmic is basically limitless. It's,
Limitless, yeah. Reality bending, like
energy
whatever.
projection,
Energy
uh,
projection,
matter manipulation.
yeah, molecule
You know, he
manipulation, all of that stuff. Like how
time
cosmic,
travel.
it's literally the power of the cosmos, of the space and quasars and all of that shit, time and infinity and stuff. Like he's Silver Surfer is very powerful.
Yeah, he got the power to heal people.
Hmm.
You know, he do have some weaknesses. I like when he fought Thor. Um, that was a good ass fight. I'm talking about when that fight was fucking good. Goddamn, Silver Surfer. Goddamn, nah, Thor had Silver Surfer board. With Mimir. Mimir had broke Silver Surfer board.
Mjolnir. Keep saying Mjolnir.
You know what I mean? Mimir. I always forget Mimir. Yeah. The Surfer ass snap. Like what?
So is the board the source of his powers, or like
No,
it's not?
it's
Okay,
not. The
separated from.
board, the board, was- the board was designed to help him get around. It originally was for so he could travel fast to find planets for Galactus because he travels this as the speed of light. This nigga been to every inch of the universe in Marvel. So he could travel at the speed of light. So that's what the board for. It's not a source of his power or anything.
Yeah, I got you.
But Doctor Doom did find a way to take it one time. But and I like him Silver for Cable. Silver Silver versus Cable was a good ass fight.
I didn't even know they scratched. I gotta look that up.
Yeah, yeah, that was back in X-Men Annual of '97. That was a good ass fight. And people might not know a lot about Cable, but that nigga's a beast though. And then he can fuck with your mental too. He
Oh
was trying to get up in the
yeah,
679.
yeah. Cable's got psionic abilities as well.
Yeah, that was a good ass fight. Silver Surfer versus Hulk back in the '80s. It was like
Mm.
Hulk two issue 250. That was a good ass fight. Hulk had punched fucking Silver Surfer and Silver Surfer flew through a mountain. Bomb. Surfer ass came back. He kind of got the best of Hulk. It went to a stalemate though.
Check it. How I go to a stalemate? Silver Surfer, like he just can't bend reality and send the Hulk somewhere. Like,
Yeah, I mean, this was like 1980, so I don't
yeah,
think they really extended on his powers. At that
yeah,
point in time,
that makes sense.
he definitely he definitely could have. If anything, Surfer held back. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to calm the Hulk down, subdue him. He didn't really want to defeat him.
Yeah.
So that's what that was too. But even back then, Surfer could have got the best of Hulk, but people ain't ready for that conversation. But his first appearance was Fantastic Four, issue number 48, 1966. Issue number 48 through 52 was the Galactus arc and Fantastic Four. And on the low end, if you got Fantastic Four issue 48 on the low end, you probably can get about 8,000. On the high end, you can get 35,000 for it.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad.
You know, created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Yeah, man, I fuck with Silver Surfer, man. It's my favorite hero of all time, man. You know.
Get to know him, right, me. Silver Surfer.
Man, shouts out to him.
My number one is Superman. Gonna always be Superman. When I was a kid, he was the first superhero that I like really saw. It was that S everywhere, especially watching the Christopher Reeves movie. The movies coming up, you feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo, for real, like even in like Looney Tunes, you watching Bugs Bunny, he got the cape and shit. You feel me? The
yeah,
little R symbol or some carrot symbol or whatever the case may be, and that was a little parody of Superman that showed his influence even then. But the thing about it is, like, I'm not Superman is not my favorite hero of all time because of his powers and his invulnerability, his feats, and all of that stuff. Nah, Superman is my favorite hero because he's an alien that's trying to fit in with humankind, with
Yeah.
mankind. You feel me?
yeah,
My the way I perceive Superman, a lot of people see him differently. The way I perceive Superman is he like dead ass don't see no type of race or different countries or different. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They respect it legally. You get what I'm saying? But as far as because he's an alien that's trying to be human, and he also wants to do good because of the parents that he was raised by. So everything that Superman does is because he believes that's the human thing to do. You feel me? He believes that's the good human thing to do. And that always kind of resonated with me because, like I said before, I'm somebody, I believe in humanity. At least I respect it. You feel me? Like on some real shit. Like I truly respect all human beings. I don't want to bring nobody no type of discord. If I can help,
yeah,
I would much rather help. You feel me? I have a saying. I rather I have a saying that I would rather promote what I love instead of bash what I hate. And that's the type of time that Superman Clark Kent be on because that's how he was raised. You feel me? That's another thing that stand out to me. Um, I think the character Superman and everything that came with it is um a perfect example of how, you know, coming up, whether it's your biological parents, step parents, adoptive parents, surrogates, your grandma, whoever raises, when you raising a child up, you like really influence them sometimes. You get what I'm saying? Like they really take what you say as the standard of how to be in life, yo. And Mark Kent was raised by some great parents, mom, pa Kent, you feel me?
yeah,
Because we done seen what can happen if Superman go crazy, right? We got these world and these multiverses, you feel me? We done seen bad Superman and stuff like that. But the one that we know was raised by good people that taught him to be good. You feel me? Use your powers for good. If you're gonna use them, you use them for good. You use them to help people. And I feel like that's what we need to tell our children. You feel me? Like you use your talents for good. You feel me?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. You know, like use your talents for good. And he is the standard. Can't be argued. Superman is the standard of all heroism on some real shit.
Yeah.
He's the standard, like real talk. I think that says something a lot too. I wouldn't say that I'm the standard of anything really, but I do hold myself accountable for all of my actions. Like I
Yeah.
try to be meticulous in how I move, how I operate with people is all off of respect. Everything starts off with respect. And I respect that about Superman as well. We ain't got to get into his powers. This is the most popular superhero ever. Everybody knows Superman's powers. His first
Yeah.
appearance in Action Comics, issue 1, June 1938, created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, which were Jewish. I'm not sure if they was immigrants, but they were Jewish people coming up in that time. You feel me? Where all of that stuff was going on. I think with World War, one of them things. Don't quote me on it, but he
Yeah.
was he was their idea of what you know the world should be like. You feel me? Somebody who don't see race, color, creed, or anything like that. Just trying to do good. And with the recent Superman movie that just dropped a month ago, it was some controversy. Oh, Superman is the same Superman's an immigrant and this like that and blah 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 blah. Well, guess what, people? I'm sorry to tell you, but Superman is a fucking alien, yo.
Mm.
He's an immigrant, like real talk. You feel me? But I don't think that they should look at it in a negative way. I think they should look at it in the way of kind of like when you had Bronx Tale is a great analogy for this as well. You had Sonny, right? The mobster, and then you had C's Pops, Robert De Niro's character.
Yeah.
He was an Italian, and I guess his parents and stuff was immigrants, but he was an Italian that was trying to do the right thing. You feel me? Growing up in America, where he was like, Sonny and them, they giving us hard working Italian people, you feel me, a bad name. They doing all
Right.
this else and stuff. And I kind of liken that to Superman as well. You feel me? An immigrant that's trying to come in and do the right thing just because he can.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Superman, bro.
Yeah,
I
like
mean, what can you say about it? What can you not say about it? You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
No, I mean,
dude is
you
just a
said,
standard moral compass. You feel me? Deeply principled. Him also like Black Panther, Professor X, Captain America. They driven off of integrity. You know, I can respect that as well.
probably,
Huh?
probably most famous. He probably the most famous superhero of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I would say yeah. I agree with
definitely,
yeah.
definitely, definitely the most famous superhero of all time. But a lot of people, Clark Kent is portrayed as his secret identity.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think Superman is his secret identity. Like for real, because he was raised as a kid in fucking Kansas. You feel me? Like that motherfucker, he not human, but that motherfucker Clark Kent. Like real talk. Batman tease him all the time behind this shit. Regular farm boy. You feel me? Naive to a
Yeah.
certain extent. You feel me? Because you believe in the good of people so much. You feel me? I can
Yeah.
relate to that shit as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
For all of the wisdom that I've gotten, everything that I've been through, for all of the street smarts. You feel me? For all of the academic smarts and stuff like that. I sometimes still be naive because I like to believe the good in people. You feel me? I like to give it a chance, you know? And Superman is all about chances. Like for real. Like dude is literally all about chances. Like so that's another reason why he's my favorite superhero. And I can rock with him,
Yeah,
yo. You feel me? Um Death of Superman 92 was crazy. I remember the whole damn comic with fucking you see the Superman cape all ripped up on the comic book. It's all black and stuff like that. They talk about Superman Doomsday and shit. I remember the Death of Superman that dropped in '92. Then they had the funeral and stuff like that. Then you had the Return of
yeah,
Superman, or the Reign of the Superman. That's when they had Steel. Superboy got introduced as a clone. You had the Eradicator, and you had Hank Shaw, who was the cyborg Superman imposter. You have All Star Superman is pretty good. It's Grant Morrison, 2005 to 2008. This one is actually pretty good because in this comic art, All Star Superman actually dies somewhat. Lex Luthor finally gets one on him. I ain't going to spoil it in case people, read it and stuff like that. But through that whole art is pretty much Superman doing other stuff besides being the powerhouse and fighting. You
yeah,
feel me? He's doing a lot of stuff because he know he has little time left before he dies, which is actually cool. It shows a different side of Superman. You got Superman Red Sun. It's like a what if comic. You feel me? What if his spaceship landed in Russia instead of Kansas? You feel me?
yeah,
Yeah.
For the man who has everything, I did not read the comic, but I did see the cartoon that was based on it. It was actually pretty cool. Get trapped in a dream world where he never actually came to Earth and Krypton never blew up. That's actually pretty cool. His legacy is, I mean, Superman. We already know. You feel me? First superhero and like the face of superheroes. You feel me? Portrayed in
yeah,
radio shows, TV, cartoons, comics. Everybody know that S, right? You
Yeah.
used to see it in the hood. Oh, you talking like you got that S? This dude, he got an S on his chest or something. You feel me? Like Superman, yo, the man of steel. That's my favorite of all time.
yeah. I remember the Superman cartoon that was in black and white. I don't know too
Mhm.
many people remember it.
Yeah, yo. When he used to be
Yeah.
poking lasers and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yo. Yo.
I actually like Superboy, Kal-El. He one of my favorite characters, the clone
Yeah.
of Superman.
Connor
But
L.
yeah, man, your number one favorite and my number one favorite had a crossover. Did you know that?
I did not.
Superman and Silver Surfer.
I did
You
not
know
know that.
that?
Nah.
Yeah. In 1996, Impossible Man and Nixoplick, they had played a trick and they had made Superman and Silver Surfer swap worlds. So, Superman was in space and met Thanos, and Silver Surfer was in Metropolis and he had fought Cyborg Superman. And when Superman and Silver Surfer they met each other, they scrapped for a page, had a little test of strength, but it won't no clear winner. Bro. But that
Yeah.
was cool to see, and that's a good read, bro. If you ever want to check it out or pick it up,
Check that out for real.
yeah, it came
You
out in
know,
'96.
you know who I would like to see scrap? Dr. Manhattan, the Silver Surfer.
Yeah,
That
that'd
would
be good.
be good.
It's kind of one and the same, but I mean, you don't see Doctor Manhattan throwing hands with a nigga though. He just
Yeah,
blink and
he
just, you know what I mean?
Dr. Manhattan be like, that shit irrelevant, B.
Right. Silver Surfer will throw hands with you.
Yeah.
You know, I seen him get defeated a couple times. You know, the thing had held his own against Silver Surfer, believe it or not. But going back to Soups, I like the Superman and Spider-Man crossover. The shit came out in the 70s, and I had that issue too.
I ain't know about
You
that.
know,
It was Superman and Spider-Man crossover.
yeah, Superman and Spider. They had two crossovers. They had the first one in 1976 and the second one in 1982.
I definitely got
Um,
those out. Those two of my favorite superheroes.
Right,
that was
yeah.
dope. The Daily Bugle and the Daily Planet was
Planet.
mixing it together. You
Okay.
know, both of them was photographers. You know,
Reporter.
and then, huh?
Unless it was Jimmy Olsen.
Oh yeah, Caucasians reporter. My bad, but they work for
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
the same kind of building. You know what I'm saying? For the paper company,
Yeah.
um, with a news company, but it was Doctor Octopus and Lex Luthor was the villains. And,
Man.
one thing that stood out when they was Superman and Spider Man. He got the sparring. Spider Man would to go gut punch him like 10 times, like bah, 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 bah. But Superman was like this. And
That's
he
why I'm like,
moved.
oh,
And Spider Man hurt his hands. Spider Man was like this and hurt his hands and shit. Like,
yeah.
but you know, it was mutual respect. They figured out they was put against each other. You know.
It seems to be who writing it because right, you got Spider-Man punching like this, but then again, I done seen Batman toss Superman. You feel me? Like, come on. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah. But
I don't see Batman beat the Hulk.
right.
So it depends who write it, like you say.
It depends who write it. Who you got
Yeah.
for number one, Wes?
Well,
Yeah, but hold on, Wes, before you go, another thing about Superman, he had the highest comic sale of all time. Action Comics #1 went for $6 million. That was the highest of all time.
damn.
$6 million. Yeah, who you got, Wes?
Well, my number one, he been talked about throughout the show a little bit. Um, my number one is Logan, Wolverine. I'll say I fell in love with Wolverine watching the Saturday morning cartoons, and I fell in love with him, Joe, just off his aura and his action in the cartoon.
Yeah,
And yeah,
Movie right up there as one of the most popular superheroes of all time. Like real talk. Wolverine is right up there.
yeah,
yeah, most definitely. And like you said earlier, John, he appeared in his first appearance was in Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
He was
yeah.
he was said to go off on him in 1974.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since then, Wolverine and Hulk they fought so many fucking times. You know what I'm
Wolverine's got
saying?
everybody, man. Hulk, Juggernaut, Spider-Man, Captain America, um, Daredevil, Luke Cage. For real.
You know, Spider Man got the best of him, but Wolverine
Yeah.
probably could have fought in the graveyard. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Um, I like Wolverine versus Silver Samurai was brutal.
Yeah. Yep.
Wolverine versus Omega Red. Ooh, that was beautiful, brutal. All the fights against Sabretooth.
All of those.
Oh my God, yeah. I love
You
them fights against Sabretooth. Those fights, I love them.
know, yeah. X-Men #4. Not Uncanny X-Men, but X-Men #4, issue #4. Gambit and Wolverine first spar. The X-Men shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Gambit ain't no slouch. You know what I'm saying? You
Hmm.
know, Wolverine can heal. If there was an all-out fight for real, I mean, Wolverine can heal. He probably would have gave it to him, but they was tussling around and you know what I'm saying, everything Wolverine was coming at Gambit with Gambit was dodging that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, Cyclops and Wolverine since that motherfucker joined the X-Men.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
they spawned a couple times.
Okay.
Yep. Wolverine first appearance. On the low end, going for a few thousand. On the high end, 50,000. If anybody got
Ooh.
an issue with Incredible Hulk, issue 181, Wolverine first appearance.
Wolverine is the X-Man, yo. He's that
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
for real. He's the
I
X.
was saying they did a top 40 on the best X-Men of all time, and Gambit was number 8. Of
Mhm.
course, Wolverine was number 1.
Mhm.
Best
Mm-hmm.
X-Men of all time, Cyclops number 2.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Shouts out to Logan, aka James Howlett. You feel me? The Wolverine, the X-Man.
Yeah.
Y'all got anything else to add before we wrap this up?
Y'all got nothing
Oh
to
man,
say.
that was a good show, man.
That was our top 5 heroes, man. As y'all can see, heroes mean a lot of us. It's one of our fandoms. You feel me? Um, like Jamal said, you feel me? He got his wrestling, he got his music, he got his football, he got his heroes. I got my wrestling, I got my psychology, and I got my heroes. You feel me? What?
Man, I got my wrestling, my football, my basketball.
So just sharing some things that you know, some things that we really enjoy and what it mean to us. I hope y'all enjoyed the episode. Jamal, you want to take us out, brother?
Yeah, I'll take us out. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for another episode of the Smoking Section. We'll try to be back next week, and we're gonna try to hit y'all with the bottom half of our music list. We did our top 5
More
favorite
time.
music artists of all time. Go back in the archives and watch that. And
Mhm.
next time we're gonna try to bring you number 6 through 10. And thank you everybody for tuning in. For John and Wes, I am Jamar. Good
Go see.
fight and good night.
Good night.